Hola everybody. What did I do my head like that? Ugh. Hola everybody, and today we'll be doing a Q&A. Fuck, I can't even speak properly. Hello everybody, and today we're going to be doing a Q&A, and not just any Q&A, a Q&A on filmmaking, because filmmaking is awesome. You can shoot the world around you, you can record the awesome sights of sounds and edit it and showcase it to the world in the most visually pleasing way, diba? Okay, so before we start with the Q&A session, let's showcase some cinematic shots that I shot earlier of my good Brazilian friends.
You can get to the proof. Words fall on deaf ears, 'cause you ain't talking that truth.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Right now I'm going to introduce you to Jacko de Leon. Take it away, Jacko. Cue the cinematic sequence. How you doing, Jacko?
I'm good, man.
How long have you been involved in film, Jacko?
I've been producing for a good 7 years. I started off on television, and then I just made my way to online, which is usually the opposite, but I love doing digital content.
Did you think you were going to do film from the beginning, or did you study it, or what?
No, not at all. I was supposed to be a doctor, so I was going to go to medicine. I was going to do medicine. I was a psych major. I mean, doing all this is just so off from what I wanted to do.
What do you love most about filmmaking?
I love creating. I love thinking of new things and how to make things different. You know, how to make something old new again.
What production tips or filmmaking tips can you give people who are starting out that want to start?
Just do it. It's all about storytelling. I mean, if you could tell a good story, the technique is something you can find out online. There's so many references on it. There's so many references to it, but if you just want to create. Because that's what creating is. It's starting. It's creating something new. It's a beginning. That's what creation is. Learning is a part of it. You can't just go out there with a camera and without any knowledge of anything and think you could do something. I mean, doing something involves learning. Where you learn it, it's up to you. I mean, there are people that are self-taught, but at the end of the day, they still learned. So you have to learn. You have to put in the time and effort to learn the craft.
Good job, Jacko.
Got it.
Okay, first question that everybody asks me all the time, every week, every day. I keep getting the same question. What's your editing software? My editing software is Vegas Pro 14. So Gwenwich asks, did you study filmmaking or is it self-taught? Yeah, I'm totally self-taught. I always had a passion for film. I grew up in a small town in Ireland, so I'd always watch television as a way of escaping into a different world. And I'd always wonder, what goes on behind the scenes? How is the process of making an amazing movie? It's not until recently where, digital technology has gotten cheaper and the internet has given a platform for us creators that I've really gotten immersed in it so much more. So yeah, entirely self-taught. Aldwin Loyog, how long does it take to render your files? 10-minute vlog would be about 25 minutes to render. What and who is your inspiration? And that's from Stephanie Ochio. I mean, I got loads of inspirations. I mean, I was watching The Shining the other day with my friends, and just like the way Stanley Kubrick shot the frame and the way he kind of created this tense, crazy, psychotic atmosphere in that movie with the use of music and the Steadicam is fascinating. So there's a lot of directors that are out there that are just so inspiring. One of my favorite movies of all time is Children of Men by Alfonso Cuarón. I've just so many people that I'm inspired by, but also vloggers, Casey Neistat, Gary Vaynerchuk, in terms of the motivation to build a business online. What resolution and frames per second do you often use to produce video? Aldwin Loyo. God, Aldwin, you got a lot of questions. Resolution, full HD, of course. Frames per second, usually 60 to be honest. Obviously if it's a little darker I would go 24, but I don't know, I like sticking to 60 primarily because I mean, you can render it at 24 anyway, and 60 always gives you the option to slow-mo stuff. So when you have it at 60 or anything higher, it's a less jittery slow-mo. If anything is lower, then it's a jittery slow-mo. So 60 is usually always a good bet. But if you're shooting in a really dark place, it's better to shoot at 24 because you can lower it, and you can lower the shutter speed and up the ISO a little bit, but not too much. JP O'Carri's. What's the best way to get started? Equipment or content? Content, JP. Content, bro. Because you can have all the equipment in the world. Sometimes too much equipment confuses you. I mean, I've got all the equipment you can imagine. I got drones, I got steady cams, I got telescopic lenses, I got everything. I got sliders, dollies, all that gear. And it's just all in storage. Because honestly, dude, like when you're shooting, you know, you can't carry all that stuff on your own. And too much gear gives you stress. Content, bro. Content is key. Content. Get something out, even if it's with your iPhone or your phone and you get a basic editing software. Get something out, because eventually you will get the equipment. If you love it, you're going to get the equipment. What motivated you to get into filmmaking? Pia Adela. Well, that would have to be the Philippines, because the Philippines is a diverse nation filled with amazing places, and every time I traveled to an island I was like, wow, you know, this place is incredible. So that's what got me into filmmaking. The Philippines is a filmmaker and photographer's paradise, I swear to God. The colours, the vibrancy, the people, the friendliness. Okay, dude, your B-roll is lit AF. What lens do you keep while travelling? Are you more of a Canon or Sony guy? I am a Fuji guy, Fujifilm. Generally speaking, I have one wide angle lens, one 50mm f1.8. That's for, like, you know, the depth of field. So you have like a prime lens that's got good depth of field to add those nice portrait shots, and it generally lets in a lot of light, so the quality is usually higher. Wide angle lens is good for landscapes and just good for like that movement and stuff like that. And then with the Fuji, I use 23mm f2.0, and I'm using, this is a kit lens right now. 3 important points for cinematic filming. Framing, emotion, and repetition. Framing, because of course, you know, you have to get everything in the frame the right way to capture that motion, you know, that particular angle at the face. I mean, even if you look at photography, there's certain ways that people pose and shoot, and you know, framing is important. Framing is important. Emotion, because you want to invoke a particular emotion through your image, be it photography or filmmaking. You've got to release that feeling through the lens. So emotion, feel the emotion, feel what you want to portray to the audience, get the framing right, you know, rule of thirds is very important, and then repetition, just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and as you grow and evolve, you become better. Edgar Wright or Wes Anderson? I love Edgar Wright, so I'm gonna have to say Edgar Wright. The Edgar Wright shot, that's fantastic. You see Will doing it sometimes, and sometimes I do it. So Edgar Wright is an amazing filmmaker who uses visual storytelling amazingly. Alright, I answered a lot of questions already. Time to take a break and go to Will dasafish for his take on filmmaking.
Anytime I needed to learn how to do something, I would just YouTube how to do this, you know, how to edit, how to do effects, how to do anything like that. So I just watch and learn, monkey see, monkey do. Keep it simple, right? I think what makes you get better at something is interest and curiosity. If you're not really genuinely interested or passionate about something, you're never gonna really get that much better at it. And even if you do have the work ethic, you know, eventually it's gonna grind you down to the point where you can't do it anymore unless you love doing it. Man, the first videos I ever made was I was using an iPhone 4 and a GoPro, just between those two, and my first videos went viral. So I think the lesson you can learn from that is, it's not so much about what type of technology you're using, but it's about the content, whatever story you're telling, whatever concept you have. Even if it's really not in HD or something really that technically, aesthetically pleasing, as long as you have the concept there, that's going to win over everything. Man, I had to think about it so much before. I remember just trying to brainstorm from the beginning of my vlog to the middle to after, and having a theme and everything. But I mean, the best advice I could give for this is repetition. You know, repetition with everything. Every time you do something over and over again, that's the only way to get better. And now I don't really have to think of it. I kind of just go throughout my day, go about it, and then during my day I kind of find where this story is created, and of course you enhance that with the edit. The edit is where the story is created. So I've really just learned to embrace my personality and use my strong points, which is, you know, just my energy and yeah, I just try and have fun for the most part. You know, one of the best ways to learn is actually just do your research, and there's so many sources, different stuff online, and that's how I got my inspiration. You know, I just research and look stuff up and watch other people and other tactics to do.
So that has been the questions and answers for today. Thank you everyone for sending in your questions, and I would like to leave you on a final note. Don't ever stop learning. There's a constant supply of information online. There's a constant world out there where you can learn, you can seek advice, you can contact people at the push of a button, and yeah, you can never stop learning in this world. Now there's a particular website called Skillshare.com, and it's an amazing website that's packed full of classes and courses that can teach you how to learn just about anything. From editing to illustrations to logo design to cinematography, filmmaking, all of that stuff you can learn on Skillshare. It's laid out in a very smart and intelligent way, so it's kind of like an online school, so to speak. So I'm going to put a link in the description below, which will give you about 2 months for free, and then after, if you want to continue using it, it's $10 a month. It's got such a diverse range of things to learn from. They got over 15,000 classes available right now, so I think you're going to be quite busy when you get in there. So check out the link down below. You got a 2-month free subscription if you go into it. And yeah, see what you think of it. Comment down below, give me a thumbs up. And thank you for watching this video, guys. This has been me, Daniel Marsh, and my questions and answers. I'm going to have to sleep now for a little bit because I'm going to see Boot tomorrow. Peace!